Welcome back.
Welcome back. Episode 2.
How'd you like episode 1?
We didn't get any feedback.
That's crazy.
For real.
Wow.
Actually, I lie. I got one feedback.
Okay.
Forget what it was.
I didn't get personal feedback because the ones that were going to give me feedback haven't even watched it yet.
Wow.
No shade intended.
Well, there was some views, so y'all be watching on the slick.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry.
There's a tornado going on outside.
Sounds like sirens outside, so I keep looking.
Yeah, so we still don't know how to do an intro. We probably never will, so you're just gonna have to bear with us.
I need to silence my phone because I keep getting messages on my phone. On my watch.
Wow. V also, her brain isn't working today.
I don't know what's going on with me.
I think we switched brains.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Maybe that happened.
Anyway. What's up? How do we do this?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so if y'all don't know, Wal.
V.
We're sisters.
We have to introduce each other every episode.
I guess we don't have to.
Well, if we do, I'm V. That's why. I'm the older sister. She's the younger sister.
Only 3 years younger. I'm like blanking. I don't even know what's happening.
As usual, we always start with like last episode we started with like a draft and mine sucked bad. Well, I had a pillow and a blanket, so
I'm pretty sure I won.
That gives me some points up there because she'd be cold the whole ride. But I was gonna say this year. Wow, this episode we're gonna do not like a draft, but we're gonna talk about our like most underrated and overrated fast food restaurants.
Yes, underrated, overrated fast food restaurants. But before that, though, let's not forget our little intro about us. So we have to share them a fun fact.
Oh.
And then a toxic trait. But I think the twist would be I would have to share her toxic trait and she would share mine.
Yeah, we could do that. I can't even think about a toxic trait, so I know you mentioned this before, so I'm just going to say the toxic trait that you think is a toxic trait for you. I can't even say toxic trait.
I had a toxic trait in my mind for you, but I forgot. So, I remember. Okay, anyway, fun fact. Let's start with that.
Fun fact.
I hope you don't hear the wind.
Right. Fun fact. I used to be a basketball coach for a little boys team.
Yeah, she did.
I was a little basketball coach. So
she was a little basketball coach.
That's my fun fact.
My fun fact, and I say this for like everything, is that me and my dog share the same birthday. He was born on September 11th, 2000 something.
She's a 9/11 person.
I'm a 9/11 baby.
Person.
Well,
whatever.
I was born before 9/11 happened, so just letting that out there.
Right.
Anyway, toxic trait.
Give me my toxic trait for me.
Okay, I want to try to explain it because I don't know how to. V's toxic trait is that you're like too competitive.
What?
When I say that, like specifically like maybe in game nights or something, someone can joke around with you and you take it so serious.
I think that's life in general. I'm not a big jokester.
Yeah, V hates pranks, maybe. I don't know, but she's like super competitive. Like I would like joke around and tease, be like, "You freaking cheater! I'm not cheating, bro. This and that, blah 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 blah." I'm like, all right, relax, all right,
all right. I can see that. All right, your toxic trait is the toxic trait that you were gonna say, regardless, is she thinks she's better than any female in any sport. Like, it could be a WNBA player, like, highlights, I can beat her one-on-one. No matter, I'm better than her.
If you're a girl and you play sports, I can beat you.
That's a toxic trait.
She
didn't be humble. Somebody come humble her.
Y'all can try. But I'll whoop you. No cap. I'll cross you over. I'll pickle you. I'll score on you. Break your ankles.
Yeah. There you have it.
That's me.
First hand right there.
Oh man, that's fun. All right, so back to our icebreaker.
Are we saying like one overrated, underrated? Like, how are we doing it?
I guess in your opinion, what's the most? So like one, and then I guess we could just talk about it.
All right. Who's going first? Are we doing rock, paper, scissors?
Sure.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Gotcha. Reminds me of my chick.
I know.
All right. So I feel like the most overrated fast food place, and look, y'all can hate me all you want. It is what it is, but Raising Cane's to me is overrated, bro.
Overrated. Okay. So, I mean, I eat Cane's a lot. I get Cane's a lot. I'm not going to say it's like top tier, like my favorite.
I feel like people glaze it too much. Like, it's
some
good.
People don't get it. Like, it's only in a certain amount. Like, if you say you never had Cane's before,
right?
And right now TikTok is huge on like advertisement and stuff, and you see like these mukbangs on TikTok. TikTok be making things look good.
They do be making things look good, but so they also make it look nasty.
Imagine like you see that and it's like, damn, you know,
like I don't know.
They don't have one down the street.
Look, I get the sauce is what makes it.
The toast.
But I feel like...
Okay, what other chicken finger would you go to?
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A tenders, bussin'. Their sauce, I know you don't like their sauce.
I don't like Chick-fil-A sauce. I like
Chick-fil-A sauce over cane sauce.
Ew.
Whoa. Ew is crazy.
Chick-fil-A sauce over cane sauce?
Yes. Cane sauce is too, like, tangy for me. I mean, no, I like... cane sauce. What am I saying? I like cane sauce, but I just feel like it's overrated. Like, people be getting cups of cane sauce, and it's like, nah.
I don't know. That one's... I mean,
and then their fries are alright.
I'd take their fries over waffle fries.
No way.
Yeah, way. My typical Cane's meal is a box combo, no coleslaw, extra fries.
Also, why people don't get the coleslaw?
Who eats coleslaw?
I when I get the box combo, I keep the coleslaw.
Cap.
Not cap. Can I get a confirmation in the stands?
That's wild. Ew.
Dude, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I like Cane's. I ain't saying I'm not. I'm just saying it's overrated.
Okay, I can see it.
Like, people be doing the most.
I can see it. Like, to me, it's like, I'll get it because, like, one, maybe because it's closer than Chick-fil-A to me and, like...
Yeah.
But, like, when I go to Chick-fil-A, I won't get fingers. I get, like, a sandwich or, like, the nuggets.
And that's another thing. Cane's only got, like, chicken tenders.
Cane's chicken fingers. That's what it's called.
Chick-fil-A has all chicken, but it's different things.
Yeah, but Raising Cane's is just chicken fingers. That's why they sell chicken fingers. And their chicken sandwich is chicken fingers in their sandwich.
I'm just saying that Chick-fil-A tenders go crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can switch up the sauces. You got buffalo and ranch. Chick-fil-A, Polynesian, whatever.
Was it Polynesian that I tried?
Sriracha, spicy sriracha.
I think it's a spicy sriracha that gives me the Asian zing kind of vibe. Or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Cane's just got kicked. But hey, my opinion, don't come at me. It is what it is.
All right. What's your underrated?
No, you tell me your
my overrated. Why is it always chicken places? Because, like, I have 2 overrated places, but I guess... Let's see. Yeah, it's all chicken places.
All right, go ahead.
So my...
You just going to say Chick-fil-A?
No, Zaxby's is overrated.
Yeah, Zaxby's is
it's
trash.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry.
I've had 2 bad experiences with Zaxby's.
Zaxby's is a wannabe Cane's, and Cane's is definitely better than Zaxby's. Come at me, bro.
Unless y'all could change my mind, take me to one that is really good, but the 2 that I've tried, 2 completely different states, not it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like low quality.
Yeah,
Cane's.
it was not.
It's like Cane's on a budget.
It's a Temu. It's from Temu. So that's my take. That's my overrated place because I've heard people rave about Zaxby's. Their sauces, apparently.
I should have said Whataburger is freaking overrated.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
I totally forgot.
Because I'm like, you definitely would say Whataburger's more overrated than Cane's being overrated.
Well, I give Whataburger... I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Whataburger. I give it grace because I feel like I don't get much. Like, from what I've gotten, I was like, nah.
What did you get?
I don't remember. Like, I think I got a Texas toast thing before. Yeah. I think I've gotten a burger before. It's a tornado out here, y'all.
Seriously.
But
about to get blown away.
it is what it is. Oh my god, we can never have a perfect episode. It's either Cisco or the wind and everything, bruh.
All right.
Anyway, all right, underrated. Are we counting Chipotle as fast food? I'm not. No, it's not underrated. It's whatever.
No, I feel like Chipotle has some hype to it.
But a lot of people hate Chipotle.
But a lot of people love it.
I guess. All right. I'm gonna say Wendy's. Wendy's is underrated, bruh.
For sure.
Their nuggets are fire. Their even their burgers are good to me.
Their burgers are pretty good.
Their breakfast is good.
The only reason why I don't get it as much is because the Wendy's by our house service sucks.
Like the one here by my house?
Yeah, the service sucks. But like, if it was like, the same as they used to be, like they have like their freaking baked potatoes with chili and cheese. They got
I like their wrap
fire.
Their Frosties, come on.
Like,
and 4 for $4. They don't have that no more, huh?
It's just a biggie bag.
And it's not like $6. It's not even $5 no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. But yeah, no, I can agree with that. Wendy's is definitely underrated.
Wendy's is underrated. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a burger place.
Yeah.
I say their burgers are better than McDonald's burgers, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, a Dave's single is better than a quarter pounder.
Yeah, I agree. For sure. Now, Burger King, Whoppers, sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. They're very
Burger King, I think it's a...
I don't like their chicken items.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. But
Burger King, I like their
but let's talk about it as a restaurant as a whole. What about Wendy's breakfast?
I like Wendy's breakfast. You don't?
So, not that I don't like it, but it always... I don't know if it's just too much. Yeah, it does me dirty.
It does me dirty, too.
So that's the only thing. But I could agree with that. I mean, for my underrated restaurant would have to be Sonic.
Oh, yes.
I feel like Sonic is fire. Their burgers too.
Sonic is him.
They just started with smash burgers.
Really?
Yeah. So I had a smash burger the other day. It was good. I will say that whatever smash sauce they put in the burger, they put buku and it kind of made the bread a little soggy. But I mean, they got mozzarella sticks, onion rings, pretzel bites, conies. They got slushies. Like,
sorry,
you just got taking the whole blanket, bro. You can't go wrong with Sonic.
Honestly, yeah, Sonic is very underrated.
Their milkshakes, bro. Happy hour milkshake, half price milkshakes. Why do people
talk about Sonic more often? Like TikTok, all the mukbangs.
Yeah, it's always like
Chipotle,
King's, and Wingstop,
Taco Bell.
Oh, Hey, Taco Bell got some hype to his name, alright?
Taco Bell.
It got some hype to his name.
Let me tell you, V be sending me these TikToks of people eating Taco Bell, but they like drench their burritos in every sauce possible.
I'm a huge mukbang watcher. To a certain extent. Like
to a certain extent. This girl, like, the person will have sauce all over their
dripping
face.
on their fingers.
Oh, I hate those, bro. Like, if you're eating... Fine, I like watching it.
The only time I would swipe up is if they're smacking their food. Like...
But, like, not messy eaters.
Not really.
No, dude. I can't with those. Or they just be doing eating too much.
Oh, it's sad. They be eating too much.
Be having 2 burritos in one bite. And it's like, for what?
Oh, that's when the cold couple came, so they dropped the whole, drained the whole sandwich and sauce.
It's just like, for what? Like, you won't ever see that anywhere. You don't go to Taco Bell. I don't think those people
actually eat that. I think it's just for content.
That's disgusting. Sorry, bro. Come at me. But
yeah. All right.
What do y'all think? Like,
it's funny how our overrated are like the chicken places, and then our underrated are like the ones that are mainly burgers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want Chick-fil-A now.
It's crazy. It's closed, unfortunately.
Oh, gosh. Yes, it is closed. It's not a Sunday.
Yeah, no.
It's a Tuesday. Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday. That's why it's really windy out. Anyway, so yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I almost burped.
I didn't like that noise that you just did there.
What the?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Anyways, so yeah, let's start.
Our main discussion today. Oh, so a little recap of last episode. If y'all didn't see, go watch or hear. I'm pretty sure we're on Apple Podcasts because I seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if we're on Spotify because I don't have Spotify. But I'm assuming if we're on Apple, we're on Spotify.
Maybe.
Y'all can fact check this. We'll figure that out.
Definitely on YouTube, though.
Definitely on
subscribe,
YouTube.
You know. What's on your mind, sis? ?
Anyway, so our last episode, we talked all about pregnancy, how her pregnancy went, how mine is going.
Yep.
All of the
reactions.
Stuff. Yeah, reaction.
All that good stuff.
Finding out. You know, we didn't talk about the gender reveal.
Oh, right.
I watched the podcast and I remember saying gender reveal, but you kept talking and I totally forgot.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I guess I'll just say a little bit of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
V, you always wanted a boy.
Yes.
You prayed for a boy.
Prayed for a boy. Always wanted a boy first, and I got my boy.
You got your boy.
I thought I was having a girl.
Really?
I thought I was having a girl, one, because I was really sick and everybody was talking about the sicknesses. It's a girl. And I had a dream of my gender reveal, quote unquote. And my brother and my dad had like messed up the gender reveal in the dream. And it was pink. So I was like, oh,
people that say if you dream about that's all wrong. Yeah. Because I dreamt about a boy. So
complete opposite.
I was her gender keeper. And tell me why this girl had me had the gender for like a month.
Yeah, dude.
And I've been oh my gosh, I was very good, y'all. Like, I guess I can tell y'all this little story.
Yeah.
I was very good keeping the gender to myself. I didn't even tell Joel. I told my brother, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was like very good. People ask me, I'm like, I don't know. Like my poker face was game on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the actual gender reveal day where it slipped, y'all. Like literally to my sister.
I don't know.
She swears she don't remember, but I think she does, bro. It's okay. You can tell me.
No, after you said that, and when I went back to that time, I was like, oh, I feel like you did say that. But I think at that point, there was just so much going on that I didn't hear it.
So we were at the table, and we haven't done it yet, and there was like a photo booth. And I was like, oh, y'all should take a picture before I
think we were contemplating when to take pictures.
Yeah, we were talking about pictures. I was like, oh, y'all should take it now. If not, like, you'll have the blue, or Turtle will have blue on him. Yeah. And I was like, or pink. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I mean, it was only a conversation between us two. Yeah. But I was like, dude, I'm an idiot.
I did not remember, like, I didn't catch that at all until, like, after the reveal happened and everything. She was like, dude, you know what I said? And when I stopped and I thought about that conversation, I was like, oh, wow.
Bro.
I do remember you saying, like, pink, like, blue or pink, but, like, also, you didn't give that. You didn't give it like yeah, your expression was like, oh my God, I just said it. It kind of was just like a natural.
My heart fell to my feet, bro.
It was like a natural, like.
I was about to cry, dog. I was like, there's no way that I just ruined it right now.
That's
and
hilarious.
It was just so like, because I was genuinely like, oh, now you're going to have blue powder all over you. I'm like, or pink.
But I don't know. I guess there was just so much going on. I did not catch that at all.
I was trying to look at her because V's like not a good liar.
Yeah,
she's a horrible liar. And so I know when something is up.
Yeah.
So I was trying to look at her face to see if she she didn't, but like low key, I feel like I seen a little bit in your eyes.
No, dude, I did not. Until she told me afterwards that happened, I was like, oh shoot, that did happen.
Nah, that's funny.
That's funny.
My gender reveal. So bro, ever since like 10 years ago, I've had Rosabella's name on my list. Like, I've always wanted a girl, and it's mainly because like me and my mom's relationship were like super close and stuff like that. So I've always wanted a girl, and like because I've always wanted a girl, I always thought I was gonna have a girl. But like when it was getting closer to the gender reveal, I was like, shoot, am I having a boy? Yeah. And mainly because, you know, Marcel. So I'm like, I'm kind of used to a boy, so like I can have a boy now. And so I was kind of
shook. Not that I was shook.
Did you think I was gonna have a boy?
I thought you were gonna have a girl. Mm-hmm. But then I also was like, I don't know. Like, it was very hard to tell. And then I was a gender keeper, but like we didn't know how we were gonna tell you. Like we didn't know. We never like confirmed how to do the gender first. Because I was gonna wait because knowing that I'm not good at this stuff. I'm telling
you, V sucks.
I was like, if we do just like, you know, like powder or whatever, I'm just gonna have to buy one of each and look at the envelope like 5 minutes before.
She literally was gonna do that.
I was so scared that I would like mess it up.
I know her too well. Like I could literally be like, "Is it a girl?" And I'll know from her face if it is or not.
I was so scared, but then we ended up doing like the closet reveal, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to know before to decorate the closet. Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna have to need help. So the only other person, I'm not gonna tell my mom, I'm not gonna tell nobody else. So the only other person was Turtle, and so we did the closet or whatever. Luckily, she did not ask me a lot of questions.
Yeah, because I know that I will find out from her face. I was like, I'm not even about to like stress her out, or I don't want to know, you know.
So I was like, please don't ask me anything.
Yeah, for sure. Like if I would have asked, I would have known. I'm telling you. So I was like, let me not. Like obviously it's a gender reveal. I'd rather share that with Joel.
I was sweating.
But dude, that was like surreal. Like I remember the countdown, bro. I think I got to 5 and I told her, I was like, I'm gonna cry. And I'm like shaking, counting.
Yeah, dude, that was
And then
crazy.
like it was such a blur. Like I just seen pink and girl and I just like
it was crazy. And my mom going crazy because everybody had the little boy and I had a little girl. It was wild.
That was good times. Anyway.
Yeah. So this episode we're gonna continue on with like that's our life now, mother talk and stuff. Yeah. But I guess I can share. I know we talked about this episode would be more about like birth story and all this stuff. Right. So do we just go straight into it? Or I guess I can ask you, what did you have a plan? Did you want a natural birth? Did you want a C-section? Like, did you have a plan on how you wanted it to go? So, I don't think I had a plan. Obviously, I wanted to experience what, like, pushing a baby out would be and stuff like that.
Did you ever had a thought that I'm not going to do this with epidural?
No. Okay. No. I mean... Yes and no. It wasn't like a thought like I'm going in there and I'm just gonna wait until I can't no more to ask my epidural.
That was your thought, or that wasn't?
That wasn't my thought. Okay. Like if I'm honestly speaking, I got my epidural I think pretty early on, and like sometimes I think back, I was like, dang, like I couldn't wait or whatever. I just felt, but I didn't have a specific birth plan. I was just kind of like, I'm expecting to push out a baby, but I don't see myself. I mean, I also see myself having a C-section just because, I don't know, just because I'm a bigger person, health-wise. I just felt like that's probably going to end up in C-section anyways.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't get away, I did have a C-section, and I got induced. So it's not like I went into the hospital. I really feel like I didn't experience like, oh my God, I'm contracting, like get the timer, get all these contractions.
I'm so scared of that.
And like, sometimes I look back and I was like, dang.
You wish you would have?
Yeah, really? Sometimes just to get that experience, like, okay, hold on.
But you were contracting.
I was contracting, but like I was induced. So like I went to the hospital regularly. Like I walked into the hospital.
You didn't have contractions before getting induced?
No.
Really?
But maybe like. And I think it was felt like cramping, but I didn't know at that time it was contractions.
Right. That's a good question.
I didn't start feeling contractions until after I got to the hospital, after they started Pitocin, after they started.
But you felt it, or you just seen it?
I felt a little bit. Like
that was before epidural?
Before epidural.
Oh, okay.
Before epidural.
How did that feel?
So
I'm gonna take notes.
Yeah, so I was scheduled to get induced July 28th. Marcel's due date was on the 26th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I went 40 days. 40 weeks and 2 days. I had my last appointment was July 26th. I was not dilated. I wasn't dilated, nothing. So they were like, okay, like the reason why I had already gotten scheduled to be induced only 2 days after due date, because I know you can go like 41 weeks or whatever, but Marcel was supposed to be a big baby, and so I had to stop working 2 weeks prior because like it was getting a lot, and so my doctor was just like, yeah, let's get you induced or whatever. And I also think he might have got me induced that day because that was the weekend he was working on call, so he was always at the hospital. Anyway, so yeah, I got induced. I had to go in at midnight. So we go at midnight. I'm regular, like just walking in, got our bags. It's me and my mom and my husband. And they start me on like, all the medicines, Pitocin and all this stuff. This was midnight, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to try to get some sleep. So by this time, I haven't been asleep since the prior night because I didn't sleep Thursday. I got induced on a Friday. I didn't sleep that Thursday night because we went out to dinner and just kind of got ready to leave. And so I'm like, I'm going to sleep. But I couldn't sleep. One, it was just a lot of emotions going on. And then that's when I started contracting a little bit. And so my mom and my husband, they're getting their rest in or whatever. And I'm just just small things, which when I look back, I was like, dang, I'm stronger than that. Why am I just complaining?
Was it period cramps?
It was cramps. It was cramps. I mean, I had first day cramps.
Ooh.
That's how they kind of start off. Obviously, they keep intensifying. Jeez. So, to me, I was just cramping. I was like, I just kept doing that. My mom's still sleeping. Turtle's sleeping. My mom said she heard me going complaining all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, they kept intensifying and you could see it on a thing. And I was I didn't know what it was until I'm okay, I feel a cramp. But when I look, I'm okay. And just a little bit. It's not the ones where it was high. It was I'm dang, I'm complaining with these little things. And so, that was around midnight. I got my epidural, honestly. So the reason I didn't even ask for my epidural.
I was gonna say, did they ask you or how does that go?
They asked me.
How long does epidural last?
Well, there's a button that when I felt it because I started feeling it towards the end of the day because I was, all day.
Yeah.
I got it around 8 a.m.
Okay.
So I went to the hospital at 12 midnight, got my epidural at 8. So the nurse had came in and she was like, "Are you gonna want to get an epidural soon?" I'm just asking because the anesthesia. You know what I'm trying to say. Anesthesiologist. Yes. Wow. They were about to go into surgery, and if I wanted to get it, then it was gonna be a while. So I'm okay. Sure. I don't want to risk it.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, let me just get it. Although, I could have still dealt with the contractions myself.
Right. But isn't there a point where it gets too late?
I thought there wasn't, but I was watching some labor and delivery vlogs of some people.
And it's too late, right?
No, she was at the end, and she was about to get that epidural, and she didn't end up getting it because the baby had came out. But I thought after a certain amount, I don't know. Okay. But maybe it just depends. So I was yeah, just better late than sorry. So go ahead, give it to me or whatever. This is when it gets kind of interesting. So again, I hadn't slept. I didn't get to sleep.
You didn't sleep at all?
I didn't sleep at all.
Was it just the contractions or you just nervous?
It was just a lot of nervous. Yeah. Nurses coming in because checking and stuff. There's just a lot going on. Right. And so at that time, 8 a.m., I'm pretty sure, I don't know what time everybody else started getting, you, my brother. I don't know what time you guys, were you guys there when I got my epidural?
No. You texted me about it.
Oh, okay. So.
Did you, where are we right now?
I'm about to get the epidural. Oh, okay. So they asked me for the epidural. If I wanted, I was yeah, sure, go ahead. So then, they come in, make you sign stuff anesthesiologist is going to come, describe what it is, you're going to sign paperwork and blah, blah, blah. And so they're okay, give us I don't know, it took maybe 30 minutes or something.
30 minutes?
For them to come after signing paperwork just to get everything prepared.
Okay.
They finally came in. And so this is where I have my notes because I had a specific name of what I went through. And
on your phone?
Yeah, so I sit up. I gotta sit up now. I sit up and I get ready for the epidural or whatever. I'm pretty sure I was contracting because right before, because I was I had to hold on for a second.
Oh, you had to. Then, okay.
Yeah, because I don't think they don't want you to move and stuff. So.
Oh my God, my back hurts.
All right, so they go and explain everything, and it hurt.
What do you mean hurt? What did it feel like? What is it?
It felt like a big sting, but like a sting that hurts.
Like a shot?
I don't know, but I wanted the urge to move.
Ooh.
And you can't move or whatever. So they did the shot, and all of a sudden in a second, I started hearing a loud ringing in my ears, and I started getting dizzy. The room started spinning. I didn't know, this is my first time getting up there. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. And then the nurse, I guess she saw something. She's do you hear ringing in your ears? And she's "Are you dizzy?" I'm yes. And then she was like, stop. Like, he was like, oh, okay. Pulled out the thing. And then after he pulled it out, like, after they did whatever, he went back to normal. And I was like, what the heck?
I would have fainted and had a heart attack.
They said it was I forgot what it's called. Something about it happens. It's rare, but like it's a failed something, and it happens, and that it's very few people, and I just hope I happen to be the one. But it's okay. Blah 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 blah.
At least they know like when you have that.
Yeah.
Because like how would you know like
yeah?
that that's
I don't know
not
if
normal?
the nurse maybe saw like
maybe your blood pressure was dropping
heart
or
rate,
something.
because she saw it. She was, and then she started asking me the same exact symptoms that I'm feeling. I was like, yeah. I didn't know if I was supposed to be like, hey, this is what I'm feeling. I'm a very quiet person too. So
I know.
I'm like, just I guess do whatever you want. And so whatever, they took it out, and I was like, and then as soon as they took it out, everything went back to normal. I was like, what the heck
is that?
What's that?
That's scary.
That was kind of scary. So then they're like, all right, we'll try again. And there was a student with the anesthesia. I can't say the word. With the A. There was a student with the A. And then and he's like explaining to her, so yeah, this can happen. It's rare, but it happens. So and he's
I'm not dissing on the students, by the way. I love the med
He's
students.
explaining to them, and I'm just like, just come on now. And so they go in for a second time. That one was fine. It hurt, obviously. Like I'm like trying so hard not to move and stay still. And then they finally get the epidural in. And, they got to put a catheter in because at that point, like, you're numb from your legs. So, like,
you're paralyzed, basically?
Pretty much.
That's scary on its own.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, you couldn't move your legs? Mm-mm. Oh, my God.
And so, but then after that, like, I say it went smooth, but they had some hiccups on the road. But, like, I've heard people have, like, failed epidurals where they got an epidural. Only one side of their body was numb and, like, they fed everything. Like, I think I had after that, I didn't know when I was contracting. I just saw the thing. I was like, oh, I'm having a contraction. Okay, I don't feel a thing.
That's good.
And so, I feel like I'm going all over the place with this story now. So, back to that.
Timelines.
Yeah, so that was, 8 o'clock in the morning with epidural. They went back to check me. So, when I went in at midnight, after, like, a few hours, I was only at, like, 1 centimeter dilated. Mm-hmm. So, then they checked me again. I was like maybe 2 or 3 centimeters dilated. My water hasn't broken.
Did you get the peanut ball?
I had a peanut ball, not yet. I had one, but it was a little later on in the day where they were like starting to use it or whatever. Mm-hmm. And my cervix was still like, it was starting to soften up or whatever. They were putting more Pitocin to get my contractions going. And then Dr. Lawson came in, was checking, water hasn't broken. He was like, you know what? They were talking about breaking the water, like, themselves or whatever, with the balloon. Like, they were explaining everything. I'm trying to see if before the water breaking, Marcel's he was still normal. He was very comfy in there. Yeah. And so, all right, then fast forward.
So they break your water?
To breaking my water.
How does that feel? I didn't feel. Oh, right, because
I didn't feel a thing. I just know, like, they put some balloon in there. I've heard that one was painful. So I also, because I heard that was painful, I wanted to get the epidural before that happened. Yeah. So, bam, they break my water, and then that, I don't know. I'm still trying to learn, like, the anatomy and the body and how that works. But, like, Marcel did not, like...
He wasn't swimming no more.
He didn't like that. His heart rate started dropping. I don't know if it was like immediately after they broke my water or like a little bit after, but like Dr. Lawson came back in, all these nurses came back in, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on? And he's looking at the monitor and he's like, oh, like his heart rate, like they switching me positions. They're like, hey, let's switch your position and try to get him here.
They helped you do that though, right?
Yeah, because I couldn't feel a thing. They had to switch me over. That's when they put a peanut ball. That would
trip me out.
They put a peanut ball in between my legs. They put my legs up. That's when they put oxygen on me. And that was when the first time Dr. Lawson was talking about a C-section. And if I remember correctly, I was probably I think I was 6 centimeters dilated when they went to break my water or whatever. Mm-hmm. So he's like, because, he's not responding well to the contractions. He didn't respond well to the water break-in. We may have to do a C-section. And this was, I would say midday. And he was like, but let's see if we switch you over. Let's switch your positions. Let's see if you can calm down a little and we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
So they switched my position, and then it looks like, it looked like his heart rate was going back to normal, and they're like, okay. He's like, I'm going to keep monitoring it, just making sure everything's good, this and that. So it's like, okay. So I'm on my, I was kind of uncomfortable, by the way. I was like on my side, peanut ball in between my legs. I'm on this oxygen thing. I'm pretty sure, I couldn't eat nothing, so I'm just having ice and water.
Hey.
And so that was that. That was like another scary part. Like when I think about it, I was like, okay, I really had some stuff happen there.
Right. It wasn't
day.
just
It wasn't just like
smooth
something that I thought it was until I started thinking back about it.
People, they've been worse. Still.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay. I don't know how or when it happened, but the monitor that they had on my belly no longer was reading Marcel's heart rate. Like there was a time where they didn't get anything, so they were like, "Oh, what's going on here?" Like, so they took that one on and had to do an internal monitor because they were like looking, like they were switching everything and they couldn't get no reading.
That's scary.
Yeah, so I was like,
I hate
what's
those
going
things,
on
by
here?
the way.
They're like, oh, we're not getting any readings. I don't know if the signal, I don't know what's going on, so we're just gonna be on the safe side. Let's do an internal one. And so they did an internal one. And
how they did that?
They like put it in you or something. I don't know.
What the heck?
I don't know, dude.
Like a vaginal ultrasound?
I guess. I don't know. At that point, whatever.
That's
do what you want.
Weird.
And then when it was internal, then they were able to see everything. This point, time goes by. I'm still kind of just hanging around. Epidural, not that it was fading away, but like closer to like the evening time, I was starting to feel small little cramps. Yeah. They give you a thing where you can press the button to give you more medicine. So then I'm like, gonna press the button to give me more. Stop feeling it. And then doctor comes, they check me. Still at 6 centimeters. I'm not progressing. At that point, they had before that, I skipped over at the point they stopped giving me Pitocin because the contractions were so strong that Marcel was not. So they're like, okay, let's not give you Pitocin. Let's try to see if your body contracts on its, or like does everything on its own without the help of medicine. No, I didn't progress. It was like around 5 in the evening. I'm still at the same place. Marcel's heart rate was like kind of. It was in and out, like it was good, but they had some dips in it. Dr. Lawson's like, I kind of don't like those dips. You're not progressing. He's like, we can do two things. We can do the C-section and just be a safer route in his opinion. But he's like, obviously this is your decision. If you want to keep trying, try and see how much you progress. He was like, the only thing is because he's not doing so well right now with just what you have right now, like if we wait to fully push,
it could be dangerous, right?
He would, he's like, I don't think he would do very well with that, and it could turn into like an emergency situation. Yeah. And so, I guess the way he worded it was a little Turtle. He understood. Like he's like, so what are the chances that he'll make it? I'm like, babe, it's not like that. And the doctor's like, oh no, I'm sorry. Let me reword it. Like he was like very sincere. He's like, no, he's fine. It's just saying like he won't make it like the stress, his stress. Like he's already stressed with this contractions and everything going on here and stuff like that. But luckily he was like he explained it better for the Turtle to understand. And so at that point, he was like, it's your decision what you want to do. It's like, I'll let you think about it. And like at that point, like my mom was already telling me like, just go with the C-section. I was like, I'd rather just go with the C-section, get it done, than having to wait last minute to try to. And then you end up getting it anyway. Do it emergency way. Right. Like this one, at least I'm prepared. And so he's like, all right, let's do it. So it was around, it had to be around 5 o'clock ish, but I feel like it was fast. He told me it was gonna take a long time to get everything prepped and ready. Yeah. And then within not even half an hour, it was like soon they're like, all right, giving my mom, who do you want to be in the room? I was like, my mom and my husband. Nervous. They giving my mom her stuff to put on, Turtle stuff to put on. They're rolling me out, this and that. I'm like, wait. He just told me he would give me some time to think about it, but I told him yes, and it was like, all right, it's go time. Facts. And then he was it was born at 6:10 in the evening, and that was that. I had a C-section. There's a lot more after that, but I don't know if that goes into some questions afterwards.
Yeah, I guess I'll share my POV of that day or even that week. So my brother came into town like that week or prior or something like that.
It's like 2 weeks.
He was here for a while. We were just waiting.
Yeah.
And we would like do things to try to help V. Like we would go play pickleball. She was over there curb walking. She would be on her little ball. Like it was just a waiting game. And like we're like all like anxious, but like a good anxious, like excited. And so the night that she was gonna get induced, we had slept over her house. And dude, I remember it was like whatever time they were ready to go. Like once she hit that door, I started sobbing, y'all, like uncontrollably crying. And I don't know what it was. I guess it's just like, I don't know what it was. I don't want to get emotional either. Yeah. But it was just like, damn, she's about to be a whole mom. Like, I don't know. It was like excitement. Like there's about to be a new baby. And I was also very anxious, y'all, because if y'all don't know me, I'm not a kids person. Like you don't see me, hi, gaga, to any baby, to any kid. It's just not me, right? And so I was like just so afraid. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do, bro? There's a new baby in town. Like I don't know how. Like I've never held a newborn. I don't know how to like interact with a kid, this and that. So that was like my fear at the time. But so yeah, I sent her this like long message, this and that. And I slept. You know, I would always wake up to check my phone to see if anything happened, and she would just be texting me like, everyone sleep or this and that. And I'll fall asleep and I'll look at my phone just to make sure. And then that's when in the morning she had told me, she was like, so something kind of went wrong or something scary kind of happened. I was like, what? And that's when she told me about her epidural. I was like, oh my God, like what the frick?
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world, dude? Like I hate stuff like that. Yeah. Like that just freaks me out. Like like I've said this the past episode, if there's something wrong with me, I like freak out. So knowing that can happen, I was like, dude, what the heck? And I really don't know what time we went to the hospital.
I don't know. You guys were there almost all day.
Yeah, and the thing is, y'all, I got so sick. Like, I had congestion, cough. I was like so sick, and I was like, "There's no way my nephew's coming," and I'm freaking sick, y'all. So I had a mask on like the whole time, and yeah, we were just kind of just chilling, just waiting, you know. And I remember this is the part. I remember I was in the room, and my brother and my brother and Joel had left the room. Why though?
I think they were checking me.
I don't know. They were.
Because anytime they checked me, I told the guys to get out.
Okay, yeah. So they had left the room because she was getting checked for something, right?
The water and all that stuff.
And I was still in there, and because I was looking at the monitor too. Don't know what the monitor meant. Yeah. But I had seen that Marcel's heart rate.
I'm pretty sure they left because they were breaking my water.
Oh, was it that?
Because that's when.
Dang, I didn't even know. I just thought they left to leave. Yeah. And so, yeah. So, but okay, yeah. So that happened, and I seen on the monitor that the heart rate or something, it was dropping, and I was like, "What the frick?" And then I look over at Turtle, and Turtle gets up, and I'm like, "Oh hell no!" And I jet out the room.
Did you see any of the nurses come in?
So first? when I as I was leaving, I seen everybody coming in. I was like, oh my God, what the heck is happening, bro? And like Mike and Joel are like, yeah, done. I was like, nah, let's go to the waiting room. They're like, all right. And so we're at the waiting room, and they're clueless. I don't tell them a thing. Yeah. They're like getting vending machine snacks. They're sitting at the table, and I'm here sitting with my brother, like, face to face. I don't know. I think we had card games, or they had something. I don't know. There was something happening, and I was like, I was checking my phone, and I was like, oh, okay, she's good now. He's like, what? He's like, something happened? I was like, yeah. He's like, is that why you ran out of the room?
That's hilarious.
I was like, yeah, I seen the heart rate dropping, so I left. He was like, what the heck? Why didn't even tell us?
That's hilarious.
It was just like I don't know, bro. I felt like I would have fainted or something if like I would have seen something happened, I'd rather just leave. Which is probably not a good thing.
That's crazy.
But I remember that happened. And then like we all went back to the room. Or no, honestly, I think we went home after.
I went home for something.
Yes.
And then that's when everything, the C-section stuff came about.
So we went home probably to eat or take a nap or something.
Yeah.
And because we live close to the hospital.
Yeah.
And V still texting me. And she's like, oh, they're thinking about doing a C-section. And I was like, oh, okay. And I think the family group chat was texting too. Turtle was keeping us updated. And my mom. And my mom was like, yeah, she's about to do her C-section right now. I was like, wait, right now? And she was like taking a little time to text back. I was like, yeah, we gotta go. Like, they're about to do the C-section right now. And so we're like, not panicking, but we're like, oh shoot, like this came out of nowhere. So we go to the hospital, and I think you were already doing it because we went in the room and nobody was, or like you weren't there. And we were there. We would still get messages though. My mom like sent us pictures and like this and that. So we were just all in the room patiently waiting. Like it was us, Turtle's family. Like it was just awkward.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So let me add on to that now. So the C-section's happening, or it happened, or whatever. I
feel like I talked really fast. I am out of breath. Oh my gosh.
I felt pressure. Obviously, that you're gonna hear. If anybody has a C-section, you always hear like you feel pressure. You don't feel pain, but like
pressure where?
Like down there. No, just
like stomach?
Down there in general, like your stomach wise, and like pressure. I guess like whenever they take Marcel out, because like they're cutting through like 7 layers of stuff.
Right.
Take Marcel out. I can't see a thing. You know, you're covered by this, so you just kind of hear the doctors, and you're just talking, and you just hear everybody talking. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, okay, he's coming, or whatever. And then they take him out. He didn't cry right away. And then you hear him crying, like they say 6'10", whatever. They start saying, I'm sick, you hear him crying. When I heard him cry, I started crying. I don't know if it was like, I don't know what I was feeling in that moment.
Probably a relief.
Yeah, I think it was more like a relief. Like me and Turtle started crying, but then they called Turtle over there to obviously cut the cord, and then my mom's over there, and I'm like, I just get left at the table, and I'm like looking around, because then at this point the nurses are also tending to the baby,
right?
And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Hello.
Okay.
And at this point, I was starting to get really sleepy. Like I feel like I could barely keep my eyes open. And so I'm just like sleepy, but I'm like also like, where's my baby?
Right.
They finally bring Marcel over to my face. They're like, look, here goes your baby. I'm like, hey. And I'm saying hi to Marcel, but I don't think it like clicked in my head like, ouch, this is your baby.
Right.
So I'm just like, yeah. At this point, I'm still like sleepy. I'm like, oh, yeah. Apparently I had lost a lot of blood. Not enough blood to like I had to get a transfusion and stuff like that. But I did lose a lot of blood. Like that's why I was getting very tired. Apparently I was very pale. It was just I barely, and I was telling the guys like, I can't keep my eyes up and I'm very tired. He's like, yeah, you're just normal. Just stay here, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like I'm fighting my eyes. Oh my God, that's to stay open. And that's when whenever they put me back in the room, they're like, yeah, like we got to start you on iron pills because you did lose, a significant amount of blood.
Did you take those pills after the hospital too?
No, it was just during because after that everything was fine. But Turtle told me like he saw the room.
Yeah.
And he said there was like blood everywhere, and like whenever they were stitching me back up too, like they're like pushing on me because they had to. I don't know what they had to put back together, but that's when you feel everything. I'm like, what is going on? He said I literally look like this.
Oh my gosh.
into the room. And so that was that. And then going back into the room, everybody was there. Like it was like a little awkward because I'm like rolling it by myself.
It was funny, y'all.
I didn't even have my baby on me. Like everybody got to see Marcel and the whole.
Oh yeah, Marcel came first, huh?
Yeah. I came last.
So my perspective, when they did roll V in, I mean, like, yeah, Marcel was there, but like they rolled V in, and I seen her just looking around. But I had a mask on, and so I was smiling at her, like I was trying to be like, "You did it," but she obviously couldn't see because I had my mask on, and she's just like looking like, "Hello."
Yeah, dude, it was so like literally like. it was like Turtle's 3 siblings and like their spouse, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my mom, my dad, my aunt, my sister, my brother, Joel, Turtle, all of them.
Crystal was there?
I'm pretty sure, or she was not. I feel like she was.
I don't see her in pictures.
Maybe she wasn't. Maybe she came after.
She came after, I think. I don't know. Sorry.
I don't know. Well, I just seen people. I seen people. And I was like...
Yeah, V looked very pale.
I also felt like I was looking around to see where Marcel was.
Yeah, probably. She looked confused. She looked like... whoa, what's happening?
1, barely awake, like, trying to keep myself together here. 2, where's Marcel? Like... When did you guys get here? I was like in La La Land.
Yeah, dude. And I was like cheesed out, but I have a freaking mask on. I
don't even think I seen Turtle. Like I didn't know where anybody. It was just
Turtle's the one. He was like walking around with Marcel, like showcasing him.
So I was like, "What is going on here?"
And he was just in bed, like, "Hello."
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
And then, honestly, I didn't sleep after that for a bit. I mean, I hadn't slept since Wednesday night, pretty much, because I woke up that Thursday, went all day Friday.
I honestly don't remember what happened after that moment. Like, when did we go home? Like, I don't remember anything.
I mean, he was born around 6.
Y'all moved rooms, right?
Not that same night. Did we move?
Huh?
Did we move rooms? No, not that same night. We stayed in that room that same night. We moved rooms the other day.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember. I don't remember much. Like, I don't remember seeing him in his little crib thing. Like, I don't remember anything after that. I do remember them taking pictures of him, like, before y'all was about to leave.
Yeah, at that point, I think we started having just people, like, just, I don't know.
Because I know I asked off Monday. I don't know. Honestly, it was a blur.
Yeah.
But
I just remember, like, so 2 of Turtle's cousins came to visit. Obviously, they asked us first if it was okay. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. But I remember physically being there.
Yeah.
But mentally, I don't even know where I was.
Right.
Like, I was so sleep deprived. Like,
yeah.
I was listening to them. And I'm pretty sure they were asking me questions. But I couldn't even, like, I was like, it was weird. Like, the feel, like, I think that was the first time I really felt what sleep deprived is. Like, you know, because you tell, like, oh, I'm sleep deprived. No, like, that right there was, like, really weird to me. Because I was like, I know there's people here.
Right.
But, like, I felt like I was moving like a zombie. Like, I felt weird, dude.
So you're, like, having an out-of-body experience.
Yes, and I was like, oh, like, I'm actually sleep deprived.
Right.
And it wasn't even because, oh, I have a newborn, which probably was. I don't remember the first night. Obviously, I was still recovering from a C-section, so, like, Turtle didn't.
Y'all, please, though. This girl says recovering for a C-section.
I was the night.
She was up in about, like, 2 hours after.
No. That was the next morning, okay?
I swear. She, like, got up to use the bathroom, and my mom was like, what the heck?
No, so that was the next morning. You know, they asked you to come do this. That night, Turtle did most of the diaper changing. They gave him bottles because he didn't latch the very first one, but it was already nighttime. They didn't have a lactation consultant.
Yeah.
That's a whole other story too, which it's crazy. But yeah, I don't remember much about that first night.
Yeah, I don't remember anything after that.
I know, like, my mom and Turtle did a lot of the stuff because I was still in bed and still pale and I'm trying to recover my blood and all that stuff, but
that is next crazy. Morning,
they were like, all right, let's try to use the bathroom.
And the girl got up. She said, where my pickleball paddle?
Yeah, they were actually impressed because they helped me get off the bed and they walked me to the bathroom. But then when I finished the bathroom, they were like, okay, like, hold on, like, I'm coming to help you. And I was coming out the bathroom. Without them, and they were like, oh, hold on.
This girl, bro, I'm telling you, she a different breed, bro.
But yeah, that was pretty much my birth story.
That's interesting. I mean,
crazy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into
I am scared of birth or like the delivery. Like, I remember before I got pregnant, I guess because of this situation, I was like, dude, when I get pregnant, like, schedule the induction, schedule the C-section, give me the epidural right when I step in the door.
Yeah.
Now, nothing's changed. I'm just kidding. I mean, yeah, like, obviously, my birth plan is to push, but, like, I don't like if it don't happen, it don't happen.
Yeah,
like
that's how I was like.
I'm not even. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to sound like I ain't about to try, but like, I don't know. I'm just very like, I don't know, y'all.
I mean, birth is scary. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure. I don't want to be I'm sure, but like every mother has gone through like, oh my gosh, like freaking birth.
Right.
Like, you know, that's crazy. Like,
and like seeing people like the other day, I don't know when, I went to the hospital to get checked up on, and I seen this girl that was pregnant, and she was like leaning over chairs, like I'm assuming she was contracting. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, that's scary. Because V didn't have that. She I didn't see her like, in pain, having to stop in the corner. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And like when we got into the room, because she got in before us, I overheard that girl had went to labor and delivery. I was like, bruh, I'm so nervous. Like I'm nervous for the pain. I'm nervous for like contracting and stuff.
Like when I have a second child, I think I want to be able to feel that pain.
I know.
I feel like I didn't feel it enough. And like in my head, I'm like
you cheated birth.
Yeah, like
bro, give me all the meds.
So it's like, nothing. Dang, like did I really experience that like birth?
Shoot, I experienced 9 months of throwing up.
I mean, freaking failed epidural the first time, heart rate dropping, like, you know, stuff like that. But it's like,
dude, and I'm such a high anxiety person that. Like if I would have seen, like if her heart rate is dropping, I feel like it would drop more because I'm so anxious. So like I just want it to be like smooth sailing. Yeah. And I don't know, man. And she's already like, not that been giving me issues, but I think it's just me.
But I mean, I say like God knows. What you can handle.
Right. He wouldn't give me something
somewhere like freaking hyperventilating. Like obviously me, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's like that's why when I look back, it's like, oh, it was smooth sailing. But it really wasn't. Right. But like to me, it's like, you know.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Birth story. I forget what we were supposed to talk about after.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I guess like new mom life, or just maybe
perspective. Like, wasn't it talking about like now that I'm a mom, what can you take away from like as you're about to become a mom or?
I mean. Or, well, I guess you have to tell me. Like, what? Give me some advice. Give me some tips.
Yeah. So, what? A year and a half in.
I love him.
I'm a year and a half in. So, let's talk a little bit about postpartum stuff.
Yeah. Like, tell me, like, the first week, like, or just...
So, I was blessed enough to have my mom stay with me at the house for the first month. And she did a lot of the like late night shifts. So like we took shifts. So I know people are not blessed enough to do that. They have to do everything themselves. Turtle had just started a new job. So he only literally took like a week off. Mm-hmm. And 4 of those days were at the hospital.
Oh, right.
So
dang.
He only had a few days at home. But you know, my mom was home with us. She did a lot of the night shifts or whatever. I don't think... So he wasn't a bad, like he was a pretty good chill baby. Like he slept, he woke up when he needed to eat. I think a lot of it mentally for me was like the breastfeeding part. Because like I wanted to breastfeed. He wasn't latching. At the hospital they told me, oh, he doesn't have a tongue tie. He doesn't have this. He's fine.
Did you always want to breastfeed? Like...
Yeah, I always wanted to breastfeed.
Okay.
I always wanted to breastfeed and then like... He didn't latch. I had went to a facility, a lactation consultant. Then they told me, oh, he's tongue-tied. I'm like, great, because at the hospital told me they weren't tongue-tied. They did the procedure for that, kind of try to help me. But he was already so used to the bottle.
Right.
That it was very hard. Like, I tried the gadgets. I tried the nipple thing that you put on to make it feel like a bottle. He a few times would actually like suck from the boob, but I think the flow was just way too slow for him because the bottle wasn't fast.
That's true.
Like, I'm not about to work for this. Just give me the bottle.
Right.
And so, and then I had another lactation consultant come to the house and she's like, "You're doing everything right. I don't, like the way I'm holding everything right is just." He just didn't do it. And so I pumped. That took the life out of me.
Right. I see a lot of like TikTok comments saying like it's more of the mental of like pumping and stuff.
Yes, because it was like I pumped, fed him, he slept, pumped again. By the time I went to sleep, he woke up to the bottle. Like I was pumping just to feed him, and I barely would sleep. And then I started like not wanting to pump at night when I would like sleep, because I'm like, after I feed him, I was supposed to pump, but I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep because he's supposed to wake up in like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
And so I mean, and then he started getting bigger, and so like one full day of pumping, like every 3 or 4 hours, was just one bottle for this man, and he was drinking more than one bottle. And so after 4 weeks, and my mom was like, "You need to take this, drink body armor, this and that." Like, we were trying everything, like to try to get my milk supply up, because I also was not getting. I had milk supply, but it wasn't sufficient enough for Marcel.
Right.
And so I'm like, after the 4 weeks, I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just gonna go just straight formula, because at this point I can't do this no more.
That's kind of like, I'm in the boat where I don't know if it's gonna change, but like I don't have this desire of like I need my child to be breastfed.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, dude, that hurts. Or like it's just I'm constantly like gonna be up pumping or like breastfeeding and pumping. Like, I mean, obviously it's good for the baby or like nutrition wise and stuff, and so that's why I would do it. Yeah. But like if it don't work for me. Like I'm not gonna keep pushing for my mental health.
Yeah, no, it's
I mean,
easy.
Yeah, I know like people judge for like choosing not to.
Oh.
But it is, I don't know, it's just my choice. Right. As long as my baby is fed.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was like the main issue, and then we're not gonna get like, I can get into like postpartum rage and stuff like that, which I didn't know was a thing, but I feel like I went a little bit through postpartum rage. It was like, I was like, I would say lashing out. I don't sound crazy, but like,
I mean, it's not crazy.
But like Marcel one time was crying, and I didn't know why he was crying, and I screamed. Like, while he's in my arms, I'm like, why? Like, screaming so loud. And then I'm crying at myself for screaming at him. And at this point, I think I was past the 4 weeks because my mom wasn't home. Turtle was at work. I was like at home by myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? Like, and I'm screaming at him. And then I started getting mad at myself. I'm like, why am I he's a baby. Like, there was countless days where I'm crying because Marcel's crying. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm giving you a bottle. You're not doing that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's one thing I'm afraid of too, because like I know my mental health.
Yeah.
And like postpartum depression and stuff. Like if I have depression before birth, I can imagine after. But
yeah. I thought that too though, because I do suffer like with depression sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially my thyroid. I didn't feel like depressed. It was just those small moments where I felt helpless. That it would get to me.
It's funny because I literally was crying when I had Cisco as a puppy, because he was just peeing all over like all night and pooping, and I had to wake up and clean it. And I remember just in the bathroom crying. I'm like, bro, why did I get a puppy?
Yeah.
And that's a puppy. Yeah. But I mean, I said,
it's gonna happen. Like it's normal and happy as long as, and then like. So the first 2 checkups that I went after postpartum, like Dr. Lawson told me, hey, how you feeling? Like he would ask, like, do you feel like you need, like they provide you with help. Yeah. If you're going through postpartum depression, they'll be like, I'll give you this. And he told me, like, are you sure? Like you haven't felt like, oh,
yeah.
Okay. So they're good. And then like obviously having mom around.
Right.
Because if you feel like, when you feel like you're doing it by yourself,
for sure.
Like if your spouse is working, and that's when it's like, because that was mainly when I started feeling those ways, when there was those moments where either mom was back home.
Yeah.
Because there was a point where she was coming to help me, but she wasn't sleeping there no more. It was just those times.
I know. I feel like, Mom, you want to move in?
That's when it was like, oh, dang, okay, I'm actually doing this by myself.
Yeah, but like, also, I'm sure you just like gain a whole nother like you're a mom now. You have that mom instinct. Like it just kicks in.
Yeah. You learn a lot about yourself too, where it's like, oh, okay. And even now, like I'm like 1.5 years in, and it's like I'm now starting to like, okay, I kind of got the hang of this. Obviously, I'm still learning, but like I know what I'm doing a little more now.
Yeah.
So
it's all a learning experience.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, what's next? Let's see.
Is there... Well, there is, but I'll ask so you can tell them. Is there anything like parenting style that you wanted and it didn't come to play? Or like something that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And
so, and it's small things. Like, I don't want to say parenting styles, but like, for example, I said my child would not be watching TV or shows or this and that. But realistically speaking, that didn't happen. My dude was watching Buffalo for like 2 months, 3 months. And just things like that. Like he has his own iPad. I didn't buy it for him, but whatever. He has his own iPad.
Yeah.
But realistically, he's not a show person either.
He hates shows.
Like he doesn't sit there and watch a show or sit there and he doesn't have a favorite show or favorite movie. Now, if you put sports on the TV,
right? What in the world?
Sports on the TV. That that works, but like he doesn't watch TV, and we kind of just have it there in the background. Another thing that I said I wouldn't do is like co-sleeping. Like he sleeps in the bed with us. He sleeps in the middle. He has a nursery for no reason. He doesn't have a crib anymore. We like disassembled his crib because we even tried to bring his crib in the room.
Yeah,
like he slept in his crib a few times, but once I went back to work. No,
or
even
throughout
one
the
time
night.
at night.
Oh, really?
He slept, but he slept for like 4 hours and he would wake up. And when I tried to put him back in, it was only 30 minutes. He'd wake up another 30 minutes. At that point, I was going back to work. I'm like, look, I can't keep waking up. I brought him to the bed and he would sleep the whole night. So then it just became a habit.
We need to do a bingo card where we write what we think will happen or what won't happen or whatever and see what it comes out. We should do like a birth one. And then like a parenting one or whatever. But I'm curious to see how my plans will turn out.
You could always have a plan, but yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I think is there anything you want to talk about, continue to talk about? Or questions or anything?
Not really. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I can go on and talk about like how impressive Marcel is, but
gosh, he can have his own episode.
He can have his own episode on like how a beast of a child he is. But.
Yeah, and the other day I was actually telling my parents, I was like, please don't have expectations on Rosie, because Marcel is just different. This dude is a beast.
You know what she says? I'm a different breed.
Yes, he's that exact breed. Like he's very like athletic, y'all. His arm is crazy.
Very impressive for his. I mean, he's not even 2, and man knows how to dribble a basketball. Like, yes, it's insane.
He flicks his wrist. He's just. I mean, I feel like a lot of people say that about their kids, but no, bruh. Like I be seeing kids his age don't be doing none of that.
He's bilingual too. I mean, and I know obviously, but like. Bilingual at that age to fully cognitively understand what is Spanish and what is English. Right. It's crazy.
And like he's actual like we'll say where's your eyes and then where's your ojos and he'll do the same thing. Like he knows and it's honestly really impressive. That's why I told my parents, I was like, please don't put no expectations. If she don't dribble a ball at 6 months, just let her be. Yeah. But I mean, her parents are
there's no way. I mean,
don't say that.
I'm sorry, there could be a way, but I don't see it happening.
And I mean, dude, it's different. Like, I'm not gonna say because she's a girl because we're beasts, but I want to see how that dynamic is because like. I don't know. Like, what is she gonna like? Yeah. Imagine she's a freaking cheerleader. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, girl. Gymnastics. That's another thing. I feel like I'm always like, dude, I need to become a woman before she because I'm such a like not tomboy, but I guess you can.
We were kind of tomboys.
Yeah, we were for sure tomboys.
I tell her all the time, like, how am I gonna talk to Rosie? Like, hey, girlie. Like, what
I know. Like, I know a lot.
I don't know how to be a girl.
A lot of people bought her dresses, and I'm like, just kidding. I mean, like, it's just she's gonna see me. She's like, "Where's your dress?" And I'm like, I guess I gotta start being a woman. I don't know, but it's exciting, and we actually get to see a 4D ultrasound of her this weekend. Yeah.
Gotta make sure we see your face because when Marcel did his,
I mean, dude, she's very like.
She likes her space.
She likes it.
Like, nobody
she's
have business.
active. Like, if I touch her too hard, she'll push me off.
Get off of me, girl.
Literally, when we go to the hospital and like they put the heart monitor band, they're always adjusting because she's like always moving around. Hilarious. Or like even ultrasound, she's just like going crazy in this.
Not today.
I mean, hilarious. she just want to be with her mama, you know.
She said, "Get out my business."
But anyway, that wraps up our motherhood.
Yeah, episode 2.
Episode 2. I think we're gonna stop talking about it. I'm just kidding. Probably not. That's what we're in the
next
season.
Episode, we'll give you guys a break. It won't be so much about.
My God, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so
bring it back together.
Bring it back. So yeah, next episode is gonna be interesting.
It might consist of 2 parts.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some guests.
Along,
I think.
If not part 1, then definitely in part 2.
Yeah, they part 2. Yeah. They can come on board, but it's a topic that I've been wanting to talk about because I always talk about it in the car with Joel. Or even with V. Yeah. And it basically, to give you a little teaser, it's a growing up Christian.
Yeah.
Being born Christian. In a church.
Pretty much.
And all that comes with that. And it's exciting. Yeah. I can't wait to talk about that.
It'll be a good one. So we'll take a break from, mom and parenting and pregnancy because,
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a little bit of church.
If you want to comment, like any questions specifically about faith or about like being a Christian your whole life and like struggles you go through in that aspect, or any question that you have or topic that you want us to kind of go over, let us know too.
DM us,
comment, text us on our personal number, whatever.
Facts, because But anyway, it's been a long one.
but a good one.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Yeah, so see you guys next week. And God bless.